A very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. This is the Joymaker Show. My name is Julius Moma. Definitely, this is where we involve, we engage, and we elevate. We are so glad that you could take time and join us. And before we start today's show, last time we had an engaging conversation with an amazing guest, and she shared how she was able to get her life back together regardless of being a young mother, and talked about her journey as an advocate for young mothers and how she trains them. Definitely, that was a conversation that was worth it. And today, definitely, we are going to deviate just a little bit, but still on the segment, we will be talking about compassion. Ni kitu ambao wasi wengi definitely wanai overlook sana, but it's genuinely something that uplifts lives. Pretty sure you guys, you can relate. And I'm not alone in this station. I'm with a lead, someone who understands the topic much better because she has been in the field for quite some time. She understands it. Whoa.
Asante sana.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Emily. I work as a social worker with Redeemed Gospel Church. We've partnered with Compassion International that supports the community in this area, laboratory, and also amongst other different areas. I'm passionate about young people. I'm also passionate about football. I'm a trained football coach. Yeah, one of the few coaches who only does training plans because I can't even play football.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you in football, it's not that you can play on the field. It's something like you can only play on the plan.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even kick a football.
Yes.
But I love football so much. I love to just analyze how the matches go, and to just get to understand, so that when we have beautiful football, what does it take? And it goes back from the training plans to how now the coach is able to implement it on the field. Na kwa sababu tulinyimwa base kama watu wengine sitataja, lakini angalau pale tunaweza tumia ile akili tuko nayo kidogo to develop really good training plans that are targeted on the problems maybe of a team. And I have focused more on grassroots football, especially the small kids team, because now that is where we make them. That is now where we make the stars. Yes.
Good to have you. And it's a pleasure. And I just want us to go just straight into it. Compassion. Kiongelelea compassion, wewe unaielewa aje? How can you define compassion in your own words? Because I think you've been in the field for quite some time.
Nikisikia compassion is really, really, really personal to me. Kama Emily, compassion is not just an organization that partners with different churches. For me, having benefited from compassion itself, it goes a long way. For me, compassion was what changed my story. For me, compassion is what put me on the map. Compassion is a platform for young people, and compassion just bridges the gap between what you can access there in the community and the kind of resources and every other exposure that you can get out there. Compassion is there to just bring you closer to the kind of big dreams you have. So I think compassion is a change maker. Yeah.
Na probably ni nini ilikufanya ukuwe like umevutiwa towards that compassion side? Nini exactly ilikufanya like ilikumotivate kusema one day ningetaka kufanya either kwa organization in a deal na compassion ama hizo?
Well, honestly speaking, sikuwahi jiona ati nitaifanya ati nitaikuwa social worker someday. I loved kids. I loved to work with kids. But honestly speaking, I wanted to be a doctor in the army. I know, crazy.
When you were growing?
Yes, I wanted to be a doctor in the army.
In the army?
Yes, in the army.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to be a doctor in the army. And I had height phobia, so I don't know how that was gonna work anyway. So me wanting to be a doctor in the army, then sometime back in Kenya when Al-Shabaab happened, and now my dad alikuwa ananiambia, sasa unaona hata madaktari sahi hawawezi kula nyama. What they have seen is a lot. And I was like, okay, I still want to try. But when Al-Shabaab really got out of hand, I think I also freaked out. Na nikasema, sidhani ndio kitu nilikuwa nataka kwa maisha. And so when I pursued economics in school, so I love numbers. I wanted to do numbers. And me nikifanya economics, inspired by the late Mwai Kibaki, I knew I have to stay where the economy is, where the monies are. But nika God alikuwa tuna plan yake, sayona, mimi na watoto and everything. And come to think about it, I really enjoy what I do right now. I don't regret the fact that I didn't go into maybe I majored on accounting or finance or more of the economics part, but I just stuck to kids. And I go home and I feel really, really gratified that you talked to someone, helped them through something, and you just made a difference. I think working with the community is where the real difference is. Yeah.
I think your day, siku zingine unaweza hapa ikiwa na lot, siku zingine naamka ikiwa iko somehow better and all that. How is your daily plan or your daily activities on either good or bad day?
Well, good or bad day. Sasa juu sisi ni social workers, kila mtu anakuangalia pale hivyo. Sasa they never get to see your bad day. Mimi once nimeingia tu kwa hiyo gate ya church, all my bad things na chapo. Nikikuja hapo nimekam kushow up. Because there are these little kids that are looking, wanakuangalia na wako pale kila sana, high fives. So mtoto amekuja kukimbilia, anataka hug, anataka high five, umekuja umekasirika. So I mean, we really cannot have a bad day. And you have to carry with your everything to just make sure you are in a good mood. And whatever happens, those kids can never know that you're having a bad day.
So in your work, there is no bad day or a good day. Every day has to be a good day.
Yes. Every day has to be quote unquote a good day, no matter what happens. Sema sasa ikifika pale nao ni paperwork, maybe reports, bosi pale hivyo hataki kusikia, anataka report ifanywe.
Yes.
So ikifika hapo, of course, kuna bad days, kuna time, kuna deadlines too. Kidogo zinakimbiza hapo Gen Z, but rarely can we you can't even have a bad day when you're handling the kids.
True.
You have to soldier on and always keep up that face of having a good day. And my daily activities are pretty fast. Sasa sisi wale tulienda military school, so we wake up very early, 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. You're ready, off to work. Very simple. And tukishafika kazini, what happens? Kids wako hapo, high fives. Yeah, so we keep getting high fives through the end of the day mpaka jioni.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think throughout your experience, umekuwa if naweza recall for like miaka kama 5 hivi, umekuwa for now practicing social work physically, or as a career, when we call it. Kuna story gani imeshai kutouch hatia ama ishaifanya kasema God, nataka kudeal na hii kitu na nisongea naye?
Wow. With the kind of kids you deal with, I think I think yesterday I was at a certain function and I was telling someone, I tend to think that social work ni kama community therapy. Ni vile tu ijaitwa community therapy, but social work ni kama community therapy. And we get to interact with kids that maybe have been hurt from where they came from, from their families, and they're just dealing with a lot. And sometimes we handle kids that have been through a lot. And maybe I can just share, maybe there are cases where we go to a home and the parent just left. And they left the kids there. And sometimes you may want to pick the kids, but again, the law is not on my side. I just can't pick kids and rescue them and take them to my house. So those are some of the days when you feel stuck. You kind of feel stuck. But now these are children and unawang'ang'ania, unawatetea. Si wangu, si wa mtu, ni wa ule mzazi, na ule mzazi ameenda. And the small kids wameachwa hapo. So that particular case is one case that it really shook me to the core. Because now those kids were left for about 3 weeks. I could not imagine what they were eating. They could not go to school. When we went to that home, tulipatana na sufuria kwa mlango. I think the younger child huo anakojoa kwa kitanda, hata mattress ijatolewa. Literally, we tried to move something, na blanketi ilikuwa ina drip iyo mkojo. And I imagined, and it was a rainy season. Hawa watoto wamekuwa kilala hapo for weeks. And their mother has never showed. So that's one of the cases that till date, I still can't get over it. Till date, I still can't get over it. Yeah.
That's quite a touching story. And sometimes it affects your mental and all that. But how does a heart of a compassionate person look like?
What would I really say about it? I think like you said, it really goes into our mental space, like really bad. And I'll just say, maybe just by the grace of God, for some reason hatujachizi, bado tuko tu sawa.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the grace of God. But also I'd say for us, the heart of a compassionate person is more of like that of a caregiver. And sometimes we caregivers, we struggle to just put a line. We want to save and fix. So sometimes tunajipata, tunaingia kukua saviors and fixers. Na we can easily lose ourselves in between, tukijaribu kusave and fix, save and fix, save and fix. And it's difficult because now the human part, unaona huruma, you do want to move things very fast, and there are actions you want to take. But again, it can be against the law. I land you in really hot soup. For example, if I picked the kids na niende nao kwangu,
It's against the law.
It's against the law. Mama anaweza kuja na aseme someone stole my children na nitalala ndani. Yes, because I mean I didn't inform the police, I didn't inform the children office that I have these kids and ABCD happened. That is why I have these kids. So I think the heart of compassionate people is really big, really, really big. Yeah, really, really big. And sometimes it is quite dangerous because we lose ourselves in fixing and saving, and we get into trouble most of the times.
Quite interesting. What I could ask is sometimes when the word compassion is mentioned,
Yeah.
there are some people who are genuine,
Yeah.
and there are some people who are not genuine.
Yeah.
Some people could take advantage of the compassion
Yeah.
that you're trying either to give or that you're trying to share. How do you ensure that as a social worker that you do not overstep, and also people do not take advantage of the compassion that you're trying to show to them?
That's quite interesting. People like to say kindness is not weakness, which is very true. Kindness is not weakness. And in as much as we want to be kind and loving to everyone, we also have policies and laws that keep us in check, so that we also don't fall into the trap of wanting to save everyone, because it's impossible.
Yes.
Compassion here through Redeemed Gospel Church cannot save the whole Waithaka community. It's impossible. And people do try to take advantage. But funny thing is, the ones that are not genuine don't last. In my small years of experience, having worked na Redeemed Gospel Church na Compassion, unapata wale walikuja wakapresent fake cases, ndio mtoto apate nafasi, aweze kusaidiwa maybe through school fees, nutritional support. In the long run, they just take it for granted, because they didn't earn it, they didn't deserve it.
And also they don't know the importance.
Yes. So if you don't know the value of something, you will throw it. For example, if gold was just covered in something na iwekwe pale kwa garbage, sisi wote tutaipita.
True.
Kwa sababu it does not look like gold basi. Lakini ikishaoshwa ihaniwe mahali, everyone wants it. Everyone really wants it. So for those who know that value, it is in those kids, that vulnerable community, there's gold inside. There's gold inside. And if someone just got it easily, mwambiwa kwa ile trash can kuna kuanga na gold, yule alikuwa naitaka kabisa ataitafuta, hata choka mpaka apate hiyo gold, hata kama iko ndani hiyo trash can. But for those ones who just walikuja tu because walisikia ukikaa pale kwa ile trash can kuna kuanga na gold, atatafuta ya kwanza, ya pili, akichoka hapati, ataachilia.
So, before we even continue, I'd like to invite the people we are engaging with, or the viewer online, to engage with us definitely, as well as leave a comment, ask a question, and we'll get back to you regarding what you're asking. And sometimes compassion inatekiwa advantage. Na watu wenye take advantage wanasemanga, wengine huona ni kama ni right, na kuna watu really wanadeserve hiyo compassion, na kuna watu really hawadeserve hiyo compassion. Na kwa community ushaikutana na situation yenye ili kuhit hard to a point yenye unasema kama ni sferi ya compassion mazee wacha ikani, na after now ume realize ulihandle aje? And as you answer that, probably pia unaweza tuambia, how do you separate compassion na ile emotional touch? Unaweza separate aje?
Wacha nianze na ya mwisho. Compassion, emotional touch. I think kuna a really thin line. Because we are dealing with people, and we are people too.
Sure.
So emotions zitakuja, na sometimes especially now through the compassion program, tutakana na kids from 3 years till 22 years. So you get to know these families a whole lot more, and you get to know who they are, who their siblings are, you get to know their parents. Tukifanya home visits, unajua mtaa zao kuna kuanga aje, na sometimes unaweza jipata kuna hiyo ka emotional attachment inaanza kuingia, because now hawa ni watu unakana wao karibu kila siku. Hawa ni watu una interact na wao sana, and it builds a family, it builds that family. But again, it's a bit dangerous, because the fact that we get to know these children and their families at a really deeper level, There's a certain center that lost one of their children early drown, and even the social workers there were affected.
Good, fortunate.
Yes, because now, I mean, we serve these people every day, so we will without knowing just get attached to these people.
Utakuwa na hiyo
Yes.
attachment ya
Yeah. But of course, ile si ile attachment ile ingine.
yes.
Like a really mutual kind of attachment,
Yes.
a good relational one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And sometimes ushaipatana na si wenye wana like wenye community na take stories za charity, stories za compassion. How did they take it?
It's 50-50. It's really 50-50. Because there are people who believe that it's their right. There are people who really take care of the opportunity. And there are people who brand it. I think Kenyans have been treated so much, they can no longer even trust the genuine sources. And sometimes, I mean, especially the projects za compassion, utapata we've been accused of a lot. Tumeaccuse vitu huku nje. Wametuaccuse huku vitu nje. And the fact that we deal with kids, and these kids are supported through well-wishers and donors, and we take photos, they write letters. Of course, with the data protection laws, we really follow the data protection laws because we are registered under them. And yule haelewi, utapata anasema, awa anauzanga watoto kwa wazungu. Unaona? So kuna vitu kama, yes, kuna hizo myths ziko kwa community. Unapata, ule sinde pale, ile church wanapiganga watoto picha. Kuna kwanga na wazungu. Watauza watoto wako kwa mzungu. So unfortunately, we've had like families that actually withdraw their kids from the center kwa sababu ya hiyo notion. And it's just misinformation yenye iko around. But I think if I don't know how we'd say, but if the community was, I think through such initiatives kama hizi, community inajua hawa watu hufanya nini, what do we stand for? And once the community knows what we really stand for, then even when compassion and maybe other organizations are just trying to come through the community, inakuwa a bit easy for them. Hawatapatana na already beliefs zisha eko hapo hivyo. And also, I don't want to delve into matters of religion, because I know it's quite a sensitive topic.
Yes.
But pia, there's a play of religion in it. And the fact that compassion is domiciled in churches, that doesn't mean that we will not take up kids that are from other religions.
Nice.
No. Compassion still does. Only that iko domiciled within a church. So there's also aspects of cultural beliefs. We have aspects of religion that are all at play. Sasa hizo ni vitu pia zinafanya sisi kama compassion tukijaribu mission yetu, community pale hivyo pia haiko active. Yes.
So kind of repellent and all that.
Yes.
And probably this is compassion.
Yeah.
Ni kitu watu wengi wakitaka kufanya, wanataka ufanye like with one heart.
Yeah.
Na sio like what we see in some, I'm sorry to say this.
Yeah.
You could see someone assisting and at the same time they are recording so that they can show either to the public what they are doing. Tunaweza fanya nini ndio tutoe hiyo notion ina community's mind that tunasaidia juu sisi ni wazuri to place yenye tunasema tunasaidia because it's the right thing to do.
I think kwa Swahili already walikuwa shatuambia hii kitu. Walikuwa shatupea manual. Tenda wema nenda zako. And just like I said, I think Kenyans, we've been cheated so much.
Yes.
Cheated so much that hata tuko na trust issues. I think trust is amongst the most expensive commodities in this country right now. Tuko na trust issues na close to every institution there is that there exists. Sitaki kusema from the top. Lakini wacha tu niseme they have trust issues as a Kenyan people.
Yes.
And ina trickle down. Vile tu umesema from the top inaenda mpaka hapa chini. Na kama hivyo ndio Kenya tumekuwa, it really makes it difficult for genuine interventions to go through into the community. Because in as much as wanajaribu come through kwa community, kuna kambogi flani iko hapo hivyo is spreading word that you know what, this is because of this and this is because of this. And I mean, we cannot blame them. It has happened before. There are people who have taken photos of children, wanaenda, wanatajirika, na hakuna kitu mzazi alipata. More reason as to why I also wanted to just venture into football is because there is talent. Na hapo katikati ya talent, mtu anasportiwa. Akisportiwa, mtu anakupromise, nitakupeleka nini, utakupeleka majuu. Then, sawa aende, apate, afike, kidogo, pesa tujika ilitoka. Na kama ilitoka, huyo mwenye alikuwa anapelekana, anapotea mtaa. Mama ya huyo mtoto, anaachwapo na huyo mtoto, maybe hayuko shule, hajafanya anything, na mtoto wake alikuwa na talanta. So we've been cheated so many times. And I thank God that compassion, it may remain steady, it may remain transparent, it may remain true to whatever they say. And we need more people and more organizations just standing up. That in as much as every other person is cheating, wacha sisi tukue wa kusema ukweli. And hata kama kutakuwa na rumors zita spread kila mahali, you know, truth is truth.
True.
Na truth itabaki tu kwa truth. Eventually, tutakuwa tuna stand out. So, I think the fact that just remaining consistent to your mission, to your truth, and remaining solid and never changing, hata trust iishe kabisa. Sisi kama compassion tubaki, then you can trust us. Try us.
So, hizo issues zenye probably 1, 2, 3, then unapatana nazo za trust. Unalinki nazo aje?
For me, I like to say try us. I mean try us. Because I remember when we started the football program kwa the project.
Yes.
Wazazi walikuwa 50-50, wako like, watoto wetu. Then when we signed them up, tuliwa sign up for the under 13 football league. Na bado wako like, watoto wetu, wako sawa, wako nini. But because compassion has been there and it can be trusted, our wazazi pole wako like, kama ni mradi, then they are safe. Kama ni mradi, then they are safe. So maybe tuko too intentional in the way we do our programs. So intentional that we remain truthful. Hata kukue nini, ni tuambiane ukweli. Even ndivyo kuko, hivyo ndivyo kuko. Yes, truth ibaki tu truth bila iko.
Na sometimes you see compassion and charity, tunaweza assume tuni coordinate do and all that. Kuna some other things zenye apart from donating money, zenye bado tunaweza donate.
Yeah.
And it also becomes help to someone.
Yeah, surprisingly, si upenda kufikira resources ni peke yake. But I came to realize resources is also my time. I can give my time. I can give my skill. And sana sisi young people, hatuna hiyo do. But niko na time, niko na energy, niko na skill.
Yes.
Hiyo skill yangu, for example, neza mwanta kwa na train watu wa community na siwalipishi kitu.
Yes.
Neza mwa, maybe neza fanya math, nitakuwa na offer tutor classes za watu na ulipishi kitu. That is also giving back to the community. It doesn't have to be per se money. Sometimes money is actually the last thing. Money is like the last thing. Because I read about, nilikuwa nasoma kuhusu history ya compassion. And people love to support your idea. Ukikuwa na idea, ukikuwa na kitu unataka kufanya, utapata wasee wengi wanataka kusupport hiyo cause yako. Kama sisi young people, tuko na energy, hatuna hizo resources. But wale wazae, wale mabazu, au ndo wako na do. So we kuwa na idea yako. Ukionekananga tu we ndio kuna tutoto tu fulani unakuwa ukifundisha hesabu, mwafundisha leo, kesho. Utasikia tu msee anasema ututoto hii nitawabaia mandazi. Mwingine aseme ututoto hii nitawabaia uji. You see, that is how people have supported you. Maybe you could not onge afford kuwapatia hiyo mandazi na uji. Wewe una afford tu hiyo hesabu iko kwa akili yako. But kuna people slowly will come and support this mission. People always support a mission. Especially because vile sisi humans tumeumbwa. I think God was really intentional vile alitengeneza humans. Hakuna kitu wewe utawahi fanya peke yako ati utaipata support. Kila mtu akona supporters wake. Nika tu, wacha sitaki kuwaita fanatics, but ni kama tu fanatics. Kuna mtu tu sahi bado ana support Arsenal na haijawahi shinda kitu. Yes, nothing personal, unaona. Kuna mtu tu bado ana support tu, yani mtu tu anakufa tu na ile kitu yake fulani huwa ana support. No matter what. Hakuna mtu hii dunia akosangi support system. Even those terrorists have a whole people behind them that are willing to die. Ati so and so alisema tunaweza fanya hiki tunatupate do. Na nenda tu na najimada juu so and so alisema. So as long as mtu akona hiyo mission yake, ako intentional about nini anataka kufanya, watu wataka mkusupport.
Yes. And that's quite an interesting insight for that. My concern could be, I know it's a little bit sensitive to talk about some things, especially in that world. So it's a caution.
Yeah.
I'm sharing with you. Does it mean that the young people that we are having in the society, what they are asking for, and every time they are protesting, does it mean that the people on the leadership and all that do not understand that it's not only about money? We can invest, because if you can remember, there was sometimes that there was, I think, I don't know whether it's still happening, the resource centers for young people. Because there is someone who is having an idea. They just lack the resource to develop that idea. And I think that through the Talanta centers and all that. And if they are operational, does it mean that, because, in Kenya, you have to know some to get to benefit from something. Does it mean that the government needs to do more, so that, or needs to come to a level of understanding, so that we can raise a generation that probably in the next 10 years, they will be the ones now donating to the society?
Oh yes, I mean, I could not agree more. If I had a chance to say it straight up to our leadership up there,
yes,
I'd tell them that I think they're not planning for us. All this time they've been planning for themselves.
Upon your fight is in hands.
Yes, kwa sababu if you are planning for someone, then you involve them in your planning. The fact that they have not put out platforms for these young people, and they are pretty educated, especially Sisi Gen Z. I think we are amongst, we are this generation that is so informed. So watu
educated as well.
Watu huku wanataja constitution, article 45, article what, kila mtu anajua their bill of rights. I mean, put out a table for these young people. They have something to say. let them say it.
Involve them in that.
Yes, involve them in planning. Because as long as our leadership keeps planning for themselves, then the young people, we will keep going out to the streets. That is the honest truth.
That's quite an interesting. We don't want to deviate from our topic and find ourselves on the Subaru za Mabaru. But maybe I would like to tell us whether faith, culture inaweza affect wenye msi amenini msi atakuja atakuwa compassionate to the society, the exam that he's seeing and all that.
Well, I think it plays a really big role. Honestly speaking, we can never grow above our environment.
Yes.
And we can never grow above the knowledge we know. Kama mtu anajua Waithaka peke yake, usimu expect aende akuwe something bigger than Waithaka. So I think faith, culture, environment are amongst the biggest factors that affect sisi young people. Ata mahali, how far we can go depends on also how our environment is, the kind of people we interact with. I mean, kama kwa hii kijiji, hatuna superstar. For example, I once asked pale my kids kwa football team, mnajua msemo gani wa Kenya? Mnajua timu gani ya Kenya? Funny enough, wanajua tu Manchester, Arsenal, hizo the teams. Mnajua nani? Sasa Gor Mahia ni jina tu wanasikianga. Na ile wanajua ya Gor Mahia ni ile vita ya mashemeji. You know? So even as a society, tunafaa kujiita mkutano very serious. Kwa sababu tunataka hawa toi waende the farthest.
Yes.
Do we have role models that these kids can look up to and say, ule mtoto ako Waithaka, hajui patana na kompyuta mahali, hajui anyone else. Kuna kitu anaangalia, kuna mse anaweza angalia, hata kama si the big names. Kuna mse anaweza angalia seme, mimi nataka kuwa kama ule mse. Ama sisi tumefanya society yetu imekuwa kila mse si mtu tunaweza tegemea. Kama kila mse si mtu tunaweza tegemea, then honestly we are failing a whole generation. So inaanza na mimi, inaanza na wewe. Mimi ni make sure nataka kukuwa the best. Wewe make sure unataka kukuwa the best. Ule mtu mdogo ako hapo nyuma, akiniangalia Emily anasema mimi naweza taka kuwa kama Emily. Mimi naweza taka kuwa kama Mumo. If each one of us afanye hivyo, then we have a better society. And I don't want to dwell into the policies and institutions, but pia, I mean, just check around hii area yetu uangalie our schools, our institutions of learning. I mean, we need to like raise the bar so high so that these kids wanaweza kufika mahali. Yeah.
And sometimes do you sit down and ask yourself, I mean, and measure how you do, I mean, your charity work emotionally or practically? How do you measure them? Kila siku kisong?
Per se, I don't have like a measurement plan, honestly, like sina like a way of measuring. But one thing that I feel happy when I go home is when I know I've made a difference in someone's life. Either through something that I told them, inaweza kuwa a word of advice, inaweza kuwa a helping hand, inaweza kuwa tu even the basic ones. And for me, mimi nikienda home na feel mimi nimedo job. Hiyo ndio kazi nilikuwa nifanye leo na nimemaliza and I am satisfied. Mimi niko fulfilled kabisa nikienda mtaani. Yeah.
Naweza kuwa na what gani ya advice ya msee mwenye anataka kunini, msee mwenye anataka ku give back to society, but look with notion into society, anataka ku give up ama anataka kuchorea hiyo charity?
Me, I'll say, start now. Like, just start. Usishinde hapo ukisema sina pesa, sina. Just start. Patiana ile uko nayo. Uko na skill. Uko na time. Uko na energy. Kuja hata sema mimi nitakuwa naosha hizi classes. Watu wakikam wanapata classes zao ni safi. It starts there. Usiseme ati sitafanya, juu sina do, natafuta, hapana. Start now. Don't hesitate, just start. Look for somewhere, just start. Volunteer, just start, just do it. Yeah.
The problem is that most people that used to real volunteer.
Honestly speaking, I think volunteer is the way to go. I personally have learned a lot through volunteering. Before I started like official work with Redeemed Gospel Church, I used to volunteer there during my long holidays hata nikiwa kampo. Na not that nilikuwa nafanya a lot. Of course nikianza kuvolunteer ilikuwa for the free food at least. Nita make sure at least nimekula lunch, nimekunywa chai. Na hiyo ni -1 budget nyumbani. So they don't have to worry about me. Wanajua mimi nikishatoka, mimi nitashiba. Mimi niko sorted. Na nililearn a lot from the small basic skills. Mtu atakwambia, can you scan for me a document? Thank God sahi ati mpaka unaweza scan na simu. Back then scanner ni ile moja. Can you scan this document? At least unaweza scan document. Unaweza print document, unaweza print your document. From those small basic skills I learned through volunteering. Unatumwa mahali, unatumwa peleka hii check kwa bank. I think till now inakaa basic, but kuna mtu ukimpatia check atashindwa kuifikisha bank. Juu hajui nikifika bank nafanyanga aje. But small skills kama tu vitu tudogo una get to learn through volunteering. Plus I'll tell the young people out there, keep volunteering. Unaitwa job inataka 5 years experience. You're only 20 something. Itatoka wapi? Kwani ulianza kufanya kazi ukiwa 15. But we forget that every volunteering experience inaongezanga kwa hiyo work experience yetu. Volunteer tu mahali. Nakumbuka the first time I wrote my CV and I was needing a recommendation, I had 2 places yenye walinipatia reference.
Yes.
One here hapa kwa Redeemed Gospel Church and a certain organization, Real Hope. I once volunteered with them nikimaliza form 4. And I didn't think like it was really much. I just used to go help the kids to do coloring because they had pretty small kids. So tuko tunafanya coloring, once in a while I take some sweets, and it was just basically it. Na nikiangalia, yes, I had experience. When I started my job, I had like 2 years experience and I was just fresh from college. Yeah, so don't shy away from volunteering opportunities. Hapo ndio experience inapatikana. Inakaufala, but hapo ndio experience inapatikana. Hizo volunteering.
Nice.
Unaambiwa tafuta referee, hauna. Referee utamtoa wapi kama hata hiyo local shule hujaienda? Hata useme nitakuwa nasaidia hapa kuserve tu hiyo chakula. Yeah. So keep volunteering. Experience inapatikana hapo.
Kabisa.
Yeah.
Hata kama ubonge na young person mwenye anaangalia hii show.
Yeah.
Munspire, mpatie a word of hope na pia challenge at the same time.
For every young person that is watching this show, I'd like to say don't stop, never quit. Na kuna vile God ashaandika story yako. Sasa ni wewe utafute huu God ndio ujue vile story yako inafaa kuenda. Because anything outside of God, we lose our identity.
Sure.
God ndo akona hii story. The famous Jeremiah 29:11. I mean, he says he has a plan, he has a future. And these plans ziko na hope. And sai society yetu already, economy yetu iko upside down. Inakaa tu haina hope. Juzi nilisikiza news, hata nimeacha kusikiza news cause ni depressing. Ni depressing kabisa. Hatuna sahi government yetu ni hatuna. Unaona? Na ituambii ati tutapata ni hatuna. Nakumbuka nikiwa kampuni nilikuwa napiga simu nyumbani naambiwa we bro jipange hata si hatuna. So kama gava inatuambia hatuna, sisi kama young people tutakimbilia wapi?
God.
Yes, so we have to find God. Yeye ndio our manufacturer, yeye ndio akona plan yetu. Sometimes tunangangania hii Kenya, maybe yako haiko hii Kenya. Sisi wote tunakimbilia content creation, haiko huko. Unaona? Kama mimi nilikuwa nangangania vitu za huko military, kumbe plan yangu haiko huko. Unaona? So tukijificha kwa God, yeye atatupatia direction. Atatuonyesha hii ndio plan yangu kwa maisha yako. Na ukikaa kwa plan ya God, kuna vitu mingi huta struggle nazo. Zitakuwa tu zinasonga. Unashindwa aje. Yes, cause yeye ashaweka na kishaweka ni hivyo. Ni hivyo. Hivyo tu ndio mimi ningependa kuambia the young people that look for this God, he has a plan. Yeye ndio akona hiyo manifesto, akona vision 2030.
Yes.
Na yake hakuna mse atakuja akwambie hatuna. Mimi sijaisikia God ameshindwa kufinance plan yake. Hajawahi. Hii yetu itashindwa. Itakataa kufinance. But God lazima atafinance plan yake.
Wow. What an interesting way to end the show. Definitely, you need to align yourself. Keep yourself together. Because this is your life. And someone else put a plan for it. Hapo hivyo kwa comment sections. Wazee, tuambie msee alikam through kwa. Na ni nini alikufanyia ikatouch to life yako. Then, to get back to her. This has been the Joymaker Show. My name is Julius Mo. Until next time, it's a goodbye. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe across all our social media platforms down below. Let's involve, let's engage, and let's elevate. Goodbye.